Welcome to 10 Mentors, the podcast where I explore the people, characters, and stories that can shape how we live, think, and work. Now, some of these mentors I've met, and some I haven't, but all of them taught me something unforgettable. Today, my mentor is a sushi chef. Not just any chef, but Jiro Ono, a guy I heard about when I was visiting Tokyo. Jiro Ono is 99 years old. He's now retired, but he still visits from time to time to oversee the restaurant he built with his life. His son, Yoshikazu, now runs it, carrying forward the same standards, the same quiet devotion to excellence. The restaurant? It's called Sukiyabashi Jiro. It's located in a Tokyo subway station, 10 seats, no menu, no flash. But it became one of the most respected restaurants in the world. A place where food turned into an art. Now, you may have seen the documentary, Jiro Dreams of Sushi. If you haven't, it's absolutely worth your time. See, it's not just about sushi. It's a masterclass in craft, discipline, and lifelong purpose. Watching it changed how I think about excellence. It showed me what it looks like to care so deeply about every detail and to build a life around devotion rather than distraction. If you're someone building a career, launching something of your own, or just trying to figure out what you want to be great at, that film might help more than any productivity hack ever could. But this episode isn't about sushi. It's about what it means to give your entire life to something. So here are 10 things Jiro Ono taught me about mastery and how they might change your life too. 1. Fall in love with repetition. Jiro did the same thing every single day. Same rice, same knives, same motion, same timing. But instead of boredom in the repetition, he found beauty. And that changed something in me. I used to think growth came just from new ideas. Now I see that growth comes from refining old ones. Repetition isn't failure, it's practice, it's progress. If you can fall in love with doing the same thing better, you're on your way to mastery. 2, you don't ever arrive at mastery. At 80-something, Jiro said, I haven't reached perfection. I'll try harder tomorrow. Think about that. Most people retire at 65. He was still improving. That taught me that the best people in the world don't chase awards or milestones. They chase the craft. See, you don't ever reach a finish line with mastery. You reach the next version of yourself and then you keep going. 3, respect in the details. Everything Jiro does, from the fish to the rice to the timing of the meal, is filled with respect. Not just for the food, but for the customer, for the tradition, for the moment itself. And watching him made me ask, where in my life am I brushing past the details? Where am I rushing something that deserves my attention? Because how we do the small things is how we do everything. 4, don't just chase growth, chase depth. Jiro could have franchised, opened a second restaurant, scaled up, but he didn't. He stayed in one place with just 10 seats, one small kitchen, and one focus. And by going deeper instead of wider, he reached the entire world. Even Barack Obama ate at his place. So why don't we do this? In a world obsessed with more, what if we just choose better and deeper at our craft? 5, mentorship is love with high standards. At Jiro's restaurant, apprentices can spend 10 years just learning how to make the rice. Not because he's cruel, but because he cares. He believes excellence takes time and commitment. That's how they won all those Michelin stars. Mentorship isn't hand-holding. It's holding someone to a higher standard than they even see for themselves. And that's a rare kind of love. 6, obsession isn't a weakness. It's a superpower. Jiro is obsessed with sushi. That's his genius. We're told to be balanced, but balance isn't always the answer. Sometimes you have to go all in. If something lights you up, don't water it down. Because obsession, when it's rooted in love, becomes devotion. And devotion changes your life. Just look at people like Serena and Venus Williams, who devoted their lives to tennis. That was it. They focused and worked on one thing. 7, rhythm over hustle. Jiro works with intensity, but he also lives with rhythm. He eats the same thing, leaves work at the same time, and sleeps early. He doesn't grind or burn out. He flows. It reminded me that discipline doesn't have to mean stress. Structure can bring peace to your work, and success doesn't require exhaustion. You just need to pick one thing and keep it simple. 8. Refine what works. We love to talk about reinventing ourselves, but sometimes the answer isn't starting over, it's going deeper. Jiro didn't change the sushi world by being flashy. He changed it by perfecting the basics over and over and over again. What if you took one thing you're already good at and gave it 10 times the care? That might take you further than constantly pivoting. 9. Let your work speak for you. Jiro doesn't have a social media account. He rarely did interviews or podcasts, but his restaurant is full every single day. He didn't build a brand, he built trust through his work. There's power in that, showing up so fully that your work becomes your voice. 10. Legacy is what happens when you serve with devotion. Jiro didn't aim for legacy. He aimed at making good food. And by just showing up every day for 70 years with presence and pride, he became a legend. He reminds me that legacy isn't something you build. It's something you leave behind because of how you lived. He's not the only one who sees mastery this way. People like Robert Greene have written entire books on it. In Mastery, he studied everyone from Leonardo da Vinci to Temple Grandin. And what he found lines up perfectly with what Jiro shows us. It's not talent. It's time, it's intention, it's love for the work itself. Greene calls it a kind of transformation, where skill becomes instinct, and you stop trying to perform and just become what you do. Whether you're an artist, an entrepreneur, a leader, or just someone trying to get better at something you care about, you have the same access to mastering something that Jiro had. You don't need fame, and you don't need a perfect start. You just need to care enough to stay with it. So maybe your path isn't sushi. Maybe it's design, or coaching, or building furniture, or writing, or parenting. Whatever it is, the path is the same. Show up, slow down, keep going, and fall in love with the work itself. Thanks for listening to 10 Mentors. If this episode moved you, then perhaps share it with someone you respect. Next time, I'll bring you another mentor you didn't know you needed. Someone else who changed my life and might just change yours too. Until then, remember 10 means try, evolve, and never quit. Bye for now.